All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the market speculator from bullsonwallstreet.com, here to talk to you about the FANG stocks. And those of you who don't know, the FANG stocks are Facebook, Amazon, Google, and Netflix. And the reason these stocks are so important is because basically they've been leading the market. If we look here, I've got my day trading set up here only to be able to show you this side by side here. If we look at SPY, since the start of 2015, SPY has basically gone nowhere. There was a bunch of back and forth here, the big August 24th dip. We've come back here and basically have done nothing all season, all year. One of the worst types of markets to trade as a swing trader or position trader. If you look at the stats of most hedge funds, there's a few that are doing good, but a lot of the big hedge funds with legends running them are down this year because it's been a tough market to trade. But the FANG stocks have basically obliterated the market here, whereas the market is pretty much break even here. We can see here, now this is started 2015, just look at the way the arrow points here, Google, Netflix, Facebook, and Amazon. Last I checked, all of these were up over 60%, whereas the market recently was down about 1%, might be break even now. But so it really pays to understand these stocks and know how to trade them. Now let's get back here and look at these individually. We can see here, this is in summer. There's some annotations here from some trades we took in the trade report earlier this year off earnings plays. There's a recent earnings here. I actually exited 2 of them today. We had played a quick bounce here. You can see here there's a pullback, a pivot formed. This is almost a hybrid kind of day trade swing. We're only holding it for 2 or 3 days to catch a quick bounce before a possible pullback. So we entered here for Google just under 750, got out today. Actually, I'm still in Google. This one I haven't got out of. But in terms of making a plan for this now, if you're looking to trade this in the future, a couple of strategies to think about. We're getting to the end of the year now, and what do these funds and hedge funds and mutual funds, what are they looking to do now for their clients? They want to be positioned in the stocks that have been leading just to look good to their clients. So obviously they're going to they want to show their clients we're in Google. So that could lead to a late day push, a late year push in something like Google. So we can see here the way we would play it now is either get a better value entry on a pullback, maybe to this pivot range, maybe pulls back a little deeper and we find that area to enter in, or on a breakout of the top of this range, which would be right at about 765. So 2 ways to play it here. You don't want to get caught in the middle of the range, so I wouldn't enter right in here. I'd either want a clear break. I know it sounds counterintuitive to enter at a higher price, but that higher price is actually giving you that signal that it's going to ramp up. So I would do that or get better value on a pullback. So that's what we'd be looking to do for Google. Now I'm still in Google here, entered on this, what looks to be the formation of a pivot here. Now let's get to Amazon here. Pretty much the same pattern, same day, a little bit of a different candle, but we got this hammer candle. Basically, it looked like it was failing here and recovered strong. And now this one is the one I got out of today. So we had an entry here around 645, and I got out at I think it was around a little higher here, around 665 or somewhere in there at the end of the day. So now that's what we did for an extremely short-term play. But excuse me for a second, my phone alarm is going off here. But that's what we did short term. Now, what are we going to do going into the end of the year? I got out of it quick here just because we've had a quick bounce and I'm not sure what the market's going to do. But if we get a breakout here of the top of this range at 675, that should give us a nice run to 700 and possibly break out over 700. And we know we have seasonality in our favor, so that would be a positive. Or if we can get a pullback and then see that pullback level hold, I would look to enter there. I'd rather play a breakout here of 675, but that's another way to play it. You know, we can't make the stock do what we want it to do. And another one here, Netflix, we got in on this day. We actually got out on the bounce yesterday around 116 something, moved up to 120 today. So we actually have a decent spot here where it could run up. Now, if it pulls back to this support level in here, and that's actually what I was hoping for yesterday, is we get a little bit of a pullback, maybe 113, 114, I could enter. And if that still does happen, we've had 3 up days in a row, so it could pull back here. We could play it that way. Gap fills are very important in these stocks, open gaps. So we have an open gap here at about 121. We're right there. If we get over that 121 and hold, that's another spot I would look to enter. So we went over Google, Netflix. Let's hit Facebook here. Now, Facebook is one I've been day trading, but I haven't swing traded it. A very similar pattern here. This one's very similar to Amazon, where we got the hammer here right at, and before I was looking to play this open gap. If there was going to be a fill here, I would look to enter. It kind of obliterated that, so it made it a little trickier to play. And we'd actually traded this on the last earnings also for a nice gain. But now this one is very clear. Not much to think about here. If we get above 110, we're in. And I would suspect if we get over 110 and it holds, we could run up to 125 or 130 going into the end of the year. So I would really pay attention to these 4 stocks going into the end of the year. Aside from that, it's been a really mixed market, really tough to find the stocks that are going to run. But you can always go back to what we call here the FANG stocks, and they should be profitable going into the end of the year. So put these at the top of your focus list if you're a swing trader. Also a lot of day trade opportunities, but definitely if you're a swing trader, these should be at the top of your list going into the end of the year. And what we'll do is put out this video today. In a couple of weeks here, we'll revisit and see how these have done, how I've traded them, and I'll get some feedback from you guys, how you've traded them, and we'll see what we want to do going into that last couple of weeks where they can really make a run. So that's it for this video. I'll see you back here with this in a few weeks.